You don't seem all right. You seem a bit unwell.
Help me. Help me. You ever saw Men in Black?
No.
That don't matter. End of that story then.
Hello and welcome to It's Not That Deep, a vaguely tattoo related podcast. Is that right? Yeah. I am your host. Do I always say host? I feel like I probably do.
I think so, yeah.
I am your host, Kirsty Mick, a tattooist, tattoo artist, whatever you want. And I have with me...
This week I am Sam Wickens.
With a husky voice.
Yeah, I don't know.
You don't sound super excited to be here, I must say.
No, I am. I am very excited. My voice, I don't know. Something has happened to it. My throat cracked earlier on.
Your throat cracked. That does sound...
As in physically went.
Yeah, that sounds a bit alarming. Are we going to do a little...
No, it doesn't change anything. But
No.
I'm happy to be here. There, I fixed it.
It was just a bit of phlegm.
No. I'm happy to be here.
Good.
I've also got a bad bag that actually brings us to our sponsor.
Yes, so it is.
Week.
What episode are we on?
We're on episode 6.
Yes.
6, pick up stakes.
Yes. I have my 666 necklace on just for this occasion.
Okay, lovely.
So we are on episode 6 of It's Not That Deep. And do we have a sponsor for this week's episode?
Yes.
Sam's special sponsor.
This week is brought to you by Kirsty again, who yesterday I, as a very old man as I am,
Yeah.
in my age, I was weighing myself and I slipped off the scale and almost fell and quickly jolted myself up, and in doing that I have pulled my back
Yeah, you did a
quite
little...
badly.
A little twinge.
And I've been in excruciating pain.
Yes.
And while I was stuck in the living room, you just decided the best thing to do was to film me and laugh at me while I was asking for help.
Oh, I can get it up. Can't I?
Yeah, I'll put it if you want to show this video.
Hold on. I need to put the full
It's
volume
probably
on.
very, what's the word? Emasculating?
Yes, quite a vulnerable piece of film.
I am literally just saying, help me, please help me.
We'll watch this and then we'll discuss what is wrong with me. Because there's something.
Yes, there is definitely something not right here.
Very funny. Anyway, signed on. You see it? Can you walk, please? I mean, you're laughing.
No, that's pain. That doesn't sound like me laughing.
Are you okay?
My legs are giving out.
I'm on the floor.
Funny, I know.
Because I don't know why I was just laughing so much.
This is sad to watch.
Okay, don't laugh.
I'm actually turning around so the camera isn't in my face. No, I was that embarrassed.
The worst. Oh, I am dying.
Did you hear that? Rewind that. In the midst of you laughing at me, just listen.
Hold on. You can turn it up whenever you put it in post.
Please help me. It's me saying, please help me, while you're laughing at me. And then you proceed to walk around, because I've turned around by this point because I'm very embarrassed.
Yeah.
And you put the camera right in my face while I'm near crying.
You're not near crying.
And yes, so that's why I that's what the episode this week is brought to you by.
My lack of empathy.
And
What's the opposite
bad.
of an empath?
An apath?
Psychopath?
Well, apathy.
Apathy, okay.
Yeah, apathy, I believe, is,
Do you know what? I do think that, I don't know what it is.
Sorry,
maybe...
you go ahead.
Did I take over? Sorry.
I've been holding that in my pocket to say that.
Because I do interrupt quite a bit. Sorry about that, but I will continue. No.
No, go ahead. I don't know where I was going with it anyway.
I wonder if anybody's the same, that like, I just find it so funny. It's just, it makes me quite good at my job, because if someone's in a lot of pain, I'm like, you're okay, you're fine, just keep going.
I didn't get any of that. I got laughed at.
I did say, are you okay? And I have helped you through laughing.
Yeah, you helped me get out of the car.
And the bed.
But that was it is embarrassing.
I know.
I'm 29.
I know.
And if anyone has thrown their back out,
I've just never done it, so I don't know what it feels like.
It's like muscle spasms in your lower back. It's not nice.
No, you're in quite a lot of pain.
I am, and I was getting an MRI done yesterday.
You were.
On my hand. Mm-hmm. And I'm in the hospital walking.
Have we shown your little hand before? I feel like we have. Sam has a very messed up little hand. Bless him. It's just broken it a lot, so we needed to get a wee MRI on that.
Yeah, it's hopefully getting fixed.
Hopefully.
And we were at the hospital to get this MRI on my hand, and I'm walking in near doubled, barely able to walk. Yeah. And I'm saying to you, this is embarrassing because they're going to be like, you're getting your hand MRI'd, like, why are you walking like this? So
just really trying to amp up the sympathy.
Yeah. So I had to tell everyone, even the guy at the reception, I'm pretty sure I was like, I threw my back out, by the way, but I'm here for my hand.
You're just really justifying that you're in pain.
And then the nurse that came out, he was lovely. And I was like, I've thrown my back out. And then they put me on the MRI table. And the lady was very nice. She was like, take as long as you want. And I was like, no, I'm fine. And I was like, oh. And then I had to sit there for like 45 minutes in the tube.
Like this, like Superman?
Literally like Superman. Yeah. It was uncomfortable. And then when I was getting off the table, all pride disappeared. And I was like, please help me.
I know.
I was literally face down. I couldn't even lift my face off the table. So I was literally like, please help me.
Luckily I wasn't there.
Can you get me off the table?
I do think I would find that a bit funny.
It was, and then I had to go in and get the scrubs off.
Yeah.
And you
didn't have your phone or anything, so you couldn't even text me to be like, help me.
And I was like, a bit of pride came back because I was about to pull the alarm. Do you know the red
little old people emergency alarm?
Because I had the top up here and I couldn't get it off.
You were just stuck.
I was stuck.
And then we belly top.
I was like, do you know what? I need to just allow all this pain to happen.
Yeah, sometimes it's easier to just scoot through all the pain at once and then it's done.
Well, it wasn't done. The pain's
No, you did. Yeah, and it's not much better today.
So that's my week has been quite painful.
Yeah.
And then my throat today is in.
Ugh, you're just.
It's not even my throat. It's my trachea.
You're going through the wars.
I don't know what it is.
And you're so.
Looked it up. Somewhere said laryngitis. Maybe I don't know how the hell caught that.
I don't know what that is. I thought that was only in America. You got that.
You been to America? I got the laryngitis.
I just didn't think you got that here. I thought it was like a different name. Do I like we don't get strep throat?
Yes, we do.
I've never seen anyone with it.
We just call it a sore throat.
Oh, there you go. It's just Americans.
But yes, that's enough about me. Right?
Yeah.
Enough about me ranting.
Well, it was more just that it kind of, what's the word? Emphasized your sponsor from last week.
Oh yeah, you didn't care when I got food poisoning. I'm pretty
you
sure
didn't get food poisoning. No, just an update. You didn't get food poisoning. The burgers were fine.
I think I did because I've.
You having issues?
No, I've just lost weight ever since.
You just want to point out that you've lost weight because Sam's on a very strict diet, and for some reason I've decided to go the opposite way. Don't know if it's just to spite you.
Yeah. So far you've been like, do you want a Freddo? Do you want a Freddo? Do you want party rings? Do you want party rings? And I have been eating clean.
You've been great.
I mean, I have been nailing everything.
You look wonderful.
I feel better. I do feel.
Are you sure? Because it seems like you're eating healthier, but physically a lot worse.
I'm really okay. Honestly, I'm the epitome of health.
And also, you're a little bit grumpy, and I think that's because you haven't had any sugar.
That honestly, every single day I get older, I get more grumpy. I get more. Get off my yard.
What's the guy from that TV show you watch? The Ranch. Yeah.
Bo, you're
him. What's his name?
Sam Elliott.
Yeah, you're him.
Yeah.
You're just a grumpy old man.
Trapped in this body.
Yes, lovely body. You're doing well. You're all right.
Your parents said that I looked old. They're going to be listening to this and being like, that's fighting talk.
Why did they say you look old? Oh, because you sent me a wee selfie and my dad was like, he looks a bit old. I was like, I think he's just smiling.
I think this year has just aged me.
Aww.
This year has been stressful.
It has been. And you thought now was the perfect time to start a very strict diet?
Do you know what? It's always good because it makes you, gives you a good oomph. I don't know how to explain it. It makes you be disciplined. I'm
just doing the opposite at the moment, so we're just living different lives.
Yeah.
I'm eating entire packets of party rings and having a good time.
You're eating a packet of Mikados.
I've just decided to honor my truth. And when I crave something, I'm just having it. So I want a picatas.
I think you're having anything I crave too.
I'm eating for the both of us.
Pretty
People
much.
say eating for two. I'm eating for us too.
I'm on a diet and you're just like, I'll have them party rings.
A whole packet. It's easily done.
All right, well, let's get this show on the road. I think that's enough
Sorry.
jibber jabbering about us.
Well,
No one comes to listen to us.
they might do.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Who does know?
I have a little story for you as we move into our It's Not That Deep Dive segment of the show. It's a long one, but it kind of relates back to more last week when we talked about your staff situation.
Yeah. Just before we do that, can I make a point about something?
Oh dear, I'm in trouble.
Whenever I was editing the podcast and stuff, right before I told the story about when I did get staph, you introduced the story as the time Sam thought he had staph. So even after I got it diagnosed and had to get treatment for it, you're like, he thinks he has it. My leg near came off. I honestly near lost the leg. I'm getting my hand rebuilt together.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if I lost something in my throat.
I think it's just a bad attitude.
A bad attitude.
As my dad always says, you'll live. And earlier on, you were like, "Oh, it really hurts to like poke this here," and I was like,
"There's a lump, I'm pretty sure." And you're like, "Have you tried not poking it?"
If it's sore when you poke it, don't poke it.
How do you examine it then?
You don't. You just wait until it either gets better or you die.
Okay.
Anyway,
let's hear about the Reddit.
Are you ready to hear about the Reddit? It'll give you a wee break from talking because it's a long one.
Okay.
Although
yes.
feel free to interject at any point. It is long.
Do you want me to just a hand signal to interject instead of just saying something? Would you prefer that?
No, you can just say things. I can hear you.
Are you sure? Because I could come up with cool hand signals.
Like what? I'd be worried.
Hi!
No, let's not. I'll be worried about what you do.
I just saw the
noise.
spike in the microphone. Anyone wearing headphones is like, ah!
I do find it so funny when you yell, just screaming.
I am a man of many voices. Have you ever noticed that?
Oh, like Robin Williams?
Yeah,
I do voices.
I do voices. I do.
You're very good at them.
I have like echo, what is it? Echo Koya or echolokia or something?
I don't know what that is. Echolocation?
I don't know. I don't know. Right. Read it because I'm getting to be too much of a silly goose and that's catching
No,
on,
we
so.
like it. We like the silly goose. Okay, so this is from the subreddit called r/, it's starting well. The reading is going well. r/TIFU. Do you know what that stands for?
Yeah.
Okay. So
don't say it. You've done so well this podcast. I spent about 3 hours bleeping you out last week. Please.
That's one. There might be more in this reading. You okay? I love you.
That's nice.
Today you up. Anyway, okay. You want me to read?
Yes, please.
Okay. Today I effed up by almost getting killed because of my brand new and first ever tattoo. Starting dramatic. Yeah? Okay. It all began 5 days ago. I have always wanted a tattoo. Most of my closest friends have several and are quite into tattoo culture, so it was encouraged. I didn't need the dramatic pause.
It was encouraged.
It was because the word was on a different line and my eyes didn't follow it.
Okay. Let's keep this train rolling.
So it was encouraged. I figured it would be the first of many, so I may as well go big or go home and place it on my hand for all the world to see. Bold. Despite people's warnings about hand tattoos being job killers, I figured life is short and it's my body and I'll do what I please. I wanted to go to a reputable artist and use a design made by one of my closest friends. I finally got the appointment scheduled and finally the day came.
Mm.
I get to the studio and things seem laid back. The artist made a beautiful piece based on the reference art. He did cough on me during the middle of it, which annoyed me, but otherwise it was nice. The work came out gorgeous. He gave the aftercare instructions, I paid and tipped him, and I went on my way to care for my new body art. Okay?
I'm following.
I was meticulous about aftercare and followed his advice as close to the ladder, I assume that means letter, as I could. The next day it was fairly swollen. To the ladder. Sounded almost Belfast. The next day it was fairly swollen, but my skin can be a little sensitive, so my friends told me that some swelling is normal. Cool. The following day it was even more puffy, red, and quite painful, and the drainage from under the wrapping is grey and sort of smelled foul, almost like if you had ever been into a vet's office and you smell sick, an old dying dog. That smell. Amazing. Now it's infected. So I scheduled an appointment with my doctor and she got me in the morning. She took a sample to send to a lab and sent me home with antibiotics. I don't love the side effect of antibiotics and I hate my hand feeling like a cat-sized honeybee just stung it, but at least it would be under control now. I picked up the meds and drove home, cleaned and wrapped up my hand and laid in bed because I was weirdly exhausted. But it must have been an eventful morning.
Must have been.
No less than half an hour goes by and I can't stop shaking. I feel like I'm in a freezer. I take my temperature and it's 38 point something Celsius. I don't know what it says. Fuck. Low grade fever, chills, swollen and painful hand, and smelly discharge. Not the smelly discharge.
No, you don't want that.
Don't want that. I drive to the hospital and the waiting room is packed. Hospitals have been flooded with COVID patients recently. This was a few years ago.
Yeah.
And my state is among the worst case-wise at the moment. I get in and figure it will take a bit, but I get the process started. I say my symptoms and I take a seat in the waiting room. Less than 1 minute goes by and they call me up to take my vitals. The nurse stared at the monitor for far too long for my comfort and then disappeared to another room to converse with her co-workers. Next thing I know, there are 4 nurses, techs, PAs in the room. They take blood work and I hear one of the nurse practitioners telling someone with a fair bit of urgency in her voice that she needs the only remaining room in the hospital at that moment for a patient. She comes back in and says she got me a room. Fuck, this must be bad. They get me back and hook me up to a bunch of equipment. I get me started on several IV drips along with several bags of various drugs. They tell me that my fever is now 39.3. My pulse rate was about 160 beats per minute. And my blood pressure was 87/42. I don't know what that means, but it doesn't sound good.
Mm-mm.
At this point, I felt tired and like I was just wanting to sleep, but I was afraid and cried until I couldn't anymore. Nighttime was rough, really rough.
Hold on a minute. Why are you doing a sad face for her? You doing a sad face for this stranger on the internet? Here's me the other day in excruciating pain. You laugh at me. You do sad face for her.
I don't think you're dying.
I had staph. I was near dying then.
Yeah, I don't know if you were. Did you even go on antibiotics for your stuff?
I did.
Did you?
I did.
You don't remember that.
I didn't get any sympathy. This stranger on the internet taking it all.
Well, I think it escalates.
All right, well, we'll continue. I just needed to point that out because I thought it was quite bloody rude.
Nighttime was rough, really rough. COVID strictly limited visitors and it was the last visitation hours anyway. I felt so alone. The pain, the chills, the sweat, the fear. I spend the next 3 days in hospital battling sepsis.
I didn't have that, I'll be honest, yeah.
Turns out, staph got into my tattoo wound.
Right.
Based on the timing, likely from the studio, I now have to spend the next week on a few pretty rough antibiotics and worrying about relapse. One of the nurses told me that I was lucky I came in when I did, because if I had waited another few hours or just have not been young and healthy, I probably wouldn't be typing this. They would have died, I think is what they mean.
Yeah, I know exactly how they feel. It's a fear. And it's true. People that have suffered with this I was stricken down with it as well. When I had the staph. Why is that funny?
I don't know. When I had the staph.
It's very serious. I had the staph in my knee.
Right? They had it in their hand.
Well, yeah. If you have it in your hand, you're only losing this much. I would lose
so
a knee.
So you don't care? You don't care about this per person?
Right. This hand, I pretty much have lost. I can't even hold a spoon.
No.
Right? That's out the window. I had staph here. I would have lost a knee. I would have lost calf, shin, all my piggies. Never mind the market. They would have been away somewhere else. They would have been in the incinerator, right? I had staph. I know the pain. I wasn't in hospital, but sure, it's just little details like that make stories different between us.
Yeah. You relate.
Yeah.
Worst of all.
Solidarity.
Yeah. Worst of all, a lot of the colouring got pushed out from the swelling and trauma from the cellulitis. I'm not sure that I have the nerves to go for a touch-up anytime soon, though. But they got staph, and they didn't even get the tattoo. Just came out. That's so disappointing. At least you'd want the tattoo. Here.
Tattoo removal idea. Staph infection.
No.
Just hear me out, right? You ever watch World War Z?
Yes.
You know, whenever he injects himself with I can't remember, he gave himself a virus and then gave himself the antidote to that virus, and then all of a sudden it was in his system. And the zombies wouldn't go near him.
Yeah, I remember that.
So, right, you don't want a tattoo, right? Listen, everyone, this is how you're going to get rid of your tattoos.
Don't listen to him. This is not advice.
You're going to get...
He's not a
somehow
tattooist.
Get a hold of staph, go to a sweaty environment.
No, don't do that.
Scratch up your tattoo a little until you see just a hint of blood, not too much. Wipe all that sweat in it.
Samuel Wickens.
Yes.
Stop.
and then go to get it fixed. Take away antibiotic.
No, it probably looked awful after. It's probably half there, half not there. Don't get staph.
I've had it.
Yeah, you're a
I've
survivor.
endured it.
You're a survivor.
I have. Don't have a Reddit story about it, but I've got a podcast that we spoke about it, and that's enough for me.
It's really affected you, hasn't it?
Staph was my Everest.
I really don't remember what the timing of that.
We haven't been uploading the photos and stuff with the show.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
Right?
Yeah.
I have a photo.
We can't put the staph on the Instagram.
I've even got a video of me as a joke before I got diagnosed with staph of me going, I think this is staph.
You do.
Yeah. About a week before it turned out it was staph.
Oh, you just know.
So normally you're the expert in the Reddit stories, but this time it's a role reversal because I am the expert.
Okay.
So anything you want to know about staph, about this story, ask away.
Well, I was going to read some of the comments just to see what other people have said.
I won't know anything, but sure. Let's hear what they've got to say.
Someone said, holy shit, I have over a dozen tattoos, some really intricate ones.
I've got more than a dozen, but yeah, let's rely on Reddit.
And nothing ever close to that has happened.
It's happened to me. Sorry, continue with this person, this professional commenter.
So he was tattooing you with no mask during these times, COVID times, and coughed on your hand, resulting in you almost dying. Sue his ass.
Well,
so let's just give a little bit of background. Staph is not in the air and it's not in your mouth. Don't cough on tattoos. Don't do that. And if you feel like wearing a mask, you can.
Staph is now. This is where I'm actually gonna say I don't know everything. I think it may be a bacterial infection. I could be completely wrong.
Are you backtracking on your knowledge?
I'm not going to give medical advice on a podcast.
That's not what this is.
What medical advice? But as far as I believe, it's a staph infection is you can pick it up from dirty environments, but it's like obviously in grappling gyms that's where it's rife because there's a lot of sweat, but also people are different. You might be a bit more resistant to staph.
Yeah.
And I might be a bit more, what would you call it? Like prone to staph infections. I've always been prone to if I got cuts, they would get infected and
you
stuff.
disintegrate.
Yeah. I am literally a Victorian child.
You are. You have the immunity of a Victorian child.
We can talk about the fevers I've had.
Yes.
If I get a fever, I'm near dead.
Yeah, if I get sick, it's like a 2 out of 10. I'm quite robust most of the time.
It would hit you and then you're sweet.
It's very similar to my emotions. I feel them all at once, very strong, and then they disappear. Like an illness. I feel it really strong for a day, and then it just goes. And then it passes to you, and you are bedbound for about 10 days.
And it's not even like I'm milking it. I'm not. Do you remember the time I had a migraine? Let's
so
there's a bit of a pattern here. So listeners,
just chill,
listeners, wait till you hear this.
Listeners.
Right. Listeners, wait till you hear this. One day I can't remember if I woke up or if I had it the night before. I think I had a bit of a headache the night before. And this was when we were, I can't remember how long we had been kind of living, cohabitating. But anyway, I woke up and I thought I was dead.
Okay.
Like, I couldn't see anything.
Mm-hmm.
The world was different, and I just was in so much pain. It was one of the worst pains I've probably ever had in my head.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't even talk.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like I was like locked in my head, and I was kind of trying to say help or something, but I think I was just mumbling at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you moved me to the sofa, and then you said, "Are you okay?" And you've even said that you were that worried you were going to phone my mum at one point.
Yes.
So it was bad.
You were very bad. You were just not there.
I was not there at all.
No.
And you went, "Right, chum, I'm gotta go here."
Where was it going?
We had to do a tattoo or something.
So I think this speaks to my loyalty. Oh, I just kissed the mic. Sorry, guys. My loyalty,
To your clients?
to my honor of my craft, that I was not gonna cancel on a client for nothing.
Not even. And I was left there on a sofa the entire day.
What else were you gonna do? You had a migraine. You just lie. You just chill.
I think it was worse than, I think I had an aneurysm.
But you didn't, though.
Well, we don't know.
Well, no, you didn't. You had a migraine.
We don't know that. I was in a different world. I couldn't see anything.
I had to go to work. I had to go do a tattoo. I came home. You were all right. You were fine. And I get migraines sometimes. We're all fine.
And there was another time.
Okay.
I love these stories. I love stories. And I think I love listening to stories. So hopefully people like listening to stories, because it's both of us. It's funny. It's a yin and yang. But this is a story where you did help me.
Oh, yay. I am a good person.
There's two.
Oh.
May I tell two?
Yes, if you would like.
Is that? I don't want to commandeer the podcast. It's just, I think it's funny.
Are they at all tattoo related?
I had a tattoo somewhere.
Okay.
Somewhere along the way.
Go ahead.
This is a vaguely tattoo related podcast.
Vaguely.
Vaguely.
Yes. We'll bring it back. I'll talk about tattoos in a minute. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. So there's two.
Okay.
There's the time whenever I was doing jiu-jitsu, right? And someone used their heel to get a hook in me.
Mm-hmm.
And they just went, hit me between the legs.
Mm-hmm.
And we had to go to hospital.
Yes.
And you sat with me in hospital.
I did. It's very boring. I'd never been to
And then the other time,
ER.
the next, I have had some injuries.
Yeah, you are prone to injury.
I am. And the next one was when my eardrum exploded.
Did I do anything then? What did I do?
You went with me. No, you didn't.
I don't think I did, sweet
No,
pea.
you didn't go with me, actually. I
was there.
Where did I go? I went somewhere.
To another world.
No, I went somewhere first before the hospital. Was it Specsavers?
I think you did go to Specsavers.
And they looked at it and they were just like, you need to go to hospital. You don't have an eardrum anymore.
Yeah, there's nothing there.
But yeah, sorry.
I don't think I did anything in that situation, to be honest.
Aye.
Do you remember that time when you were doing MMA and you got knocked out?
Yeah. I didn't get knocked out. I just went for I went for a micro nap.
Yes. Okay, we'll call it that, but you were on the floor.
No, it was like, have you ever saw Inception?
Yeah.
Do you know whenever they do the dunk to wake up? So,
it was that fast, yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't really count because I hit the ground and then I woke up and I didn't even just wake up. I bounced up. I used the ground as like a jolting platform.
You did. You bounced. And boop.
Yeah.
It was quite impressive. But my response, and it's quite nice to know, how would you respond in emergency situations? I've not had very many in my life.
Just laughed.
I did not laugh. I pointed to your coach and said, Arno, he's out. And then I think that's good. I was calm. Another person might have screamed, cried. You know? No,
yeah.
it was chill.
You just don't don't care. That's okay.
Fuck no, I do care about some things.
Something. I do care about some things. Well, I'm glad if I ever injure my thumbs, you're on the ball with that. Because so far, I've exploded my eardrum.
Yeah.
I've had I don't think this would get censored, a testicular torsion.
Yeah.
I have had my CT in my neck fused from an injury.
Yes.
I have I need to get my hand remade, put back together.
It does seem
I've
like
had
you're the
staph
problem
infection.
here.
I've had COVID probably 13 times now.
Yeah, I would say, but you're still here to tell the tale, aren't you? I don't
I'm
think
like
I've
one
had
of them
anything.
ghouls in Fallout. Hey, smooth skin. I had radiation sickness more than likely from Chernobyl.
Oh, you definitely did. That's another story for another time. If anyone wants to hear about Sam going to Chernobyl.
Coming back with 12 doses of radiation.
Yeah.
That was fun.
No.
I don't know how I keep kicking.
You
And
just
that's
keep
a message for
trucking on.
all you listeners out there that are having a bad day. If you've got the common cold, if you've got staph, it doesn't matter. You just keep trucking forward. You'll have long-lasting injuries. You'll never reach 100% again. My battery's down to like 35% by now. But you just keep going. And now the next thing's coming at me in my throat.
Something's wrong with your throat.
Ah,
You'll be okay. You're all right.
am I back?
Yeah. Anything else?
And you're just making me be like Professor Xavier on the wee chair at the computer. Edit! Bleep! I'm sitting there. I need a wee Magneto helmet now.
Oh, you're all right. You love
Yes.
it. You're
Now
fine.
let's bring it back to tattoo related. I tell stories, you talk tattoos, and we'll see what they like more.
Okay.
It's a competition now.
Oh, is it? Well, I like talking about tattoos because it's really the only thing I know about.
So much about them.
I do. Well, no, I do. I'm a professional. But I can bring it back to tattoos with our feel-good finisher.
Oh, what are we doing this week? No, it is feel-good finisher with your tattoo tip.
Yeah, my tattoo tip. And I'm going to bring it back to our Reddit story because it was all about hygiene, whether it was the artist's fault or not. We'll not debate that.
Okay.
It's a touchy subject. But I'm going to give a bit of hygiene advice for tattooists. Again, it's more just for beginners because people who have been tattooing a long time would know these things, but it's just like a little fun fact. Fun tip? Fun fact. Whatever. For tattooists. And then I'll do one for tattooees, people who have been tattooed.
Ooh.
A little hygiene tip. Not the full aftercare because that's a whole thing in itself. For tattooers, use distilled water.
Now, what is distilled water?
It's like purified water.
Okay.
So this sounds like common sense, but the amount of people who don't know about it, and bottled water is not the same. This is water that needs to go through like a purifying system.
Is that a still?
A still?
Yeah.
What's a still? Is that the equipment?
When you heat it up and then the evaporation kind of goes up and it goes around a big thing and then it drips.
Yes, it is that. I just know of this big machine that we have in work that the water goes in, the gunk comes out that's in the like main water system. We don't want that on the tattoos. It is stinking.
No,
that comes out, leaves that. Then the water that comes out is like pure. The nicest drinking water ever.
Sure.
Obviously, because there's nothing in it. So it's not bottled water. It's different because there's like stuff in bottled water.
Someone's like, I got the belly going.
Don't use that. Do not.
Voss water.
That obviously with your like soaps and stuff, your green soaps or your Hibby scrub or whatever. These are the soaps that you use in tattooing.
Okay.
That clean the skin. Hibby scrub you would see in like hospitals and stuff. It just cleans the skin. It's like antibacterial. With the distilled water. That should be the only thing touching the skin whenever you're tattooing. And then for clients, here's a really fun little tip. So not exciting, but it's a good tip. Before you get tattooed, the morning of, change your bed sheets. So you have new bed sheets so that you don't have old bed sheets with bacteria, with dead skin, with God knows what else on it. Change your bed sheets. Nice clean bed for your nice new tattoo.
Can I add an extra tip onto that one? That is not medical or anything.
Okay.
Dark sheets.
Dark sheets. What for?
Well, primarily black sheets. In case, do you know, whenever you stick to it sometimes.
Don't stick to it. Okay, so.
Oh. I'm sorry. I was just trying to help.
This is why some of the tattoos that I was not able to monitor healing.
I'm like
not
Spider-Man.
So
I just stick. It's not my fault. I wake up. I'm like, help me!
Do not let your tattoos stick to your bed sheets. You will rip the ink out.
Yeah, don't do. I apologize. I shouldn't have interjected. I do apologize.
No, I understand.
I honestly thought it was a good thing. It's just like
I
save the
believe
sheets.
You. Oh yeah, no, save the tattoo, save the arm or the leg or the limb or whatever.
Yeah.
So just have cling film.
Yeah,
you cling film your
apologize.
tattoo for the first like night or two probably, and then after that you shouldn't be stickable. But
Yeah.
then it's still open enough that you would want clean bed sheets.
Yeah.
So clean bed sheets of any color. This is why it's good. You're the tattooed person and I'm the tattooer.
Maybe somebody else would have
They
thought
would think
to do
that's
that.
normal. Yeah, 100%.
This is good. I'll ask. No, it's not that I'll ask. I will say, do this. And then you're like,
Yeah.
This is why you don't do that.
And the amount of people that would maybe think that that's, a normal thing to stick to your bed sheets. Oh, I hate doing that. Don't do that.
Because there was another thing I used to think was like, it's like weird loopholes, I thought, with tattoos.
Tattoo loopholes.
Right?
Okay, yeah.
So you're told not to pick.
Don't pick. Yeah.
But I thought if you went like this on it and like kind of grazed it up, it was fine because I'm not picking it.
Yeah, no. You don't want anything coming off.
Yeah.
Unless it's like at that flaky stage where it's like sunburn flaking off. We call them skin biscuits. And you can just dust them off. Yeah, that wasn't a nice word, was it?
No.
Sorry. Anyway, on to the next.
That's a good tip though about the bed.
It's handy. It's nice.
See, I like the tips for the tattooees.
Yeah, maybe I
Even
should do
though
both of them.
I think so because
Like a tattooer and a tattooee advice.
I'm very fortunate that obviously you tattoo me and you're like, it's like, imagine, your partner was like a doctor or a nurse. You'd be very fortunate.
Yeah, you can just it'd be handy for you, to be honest.
It would be.
I'll give it a go.
But with the tattoos, it's great because you can keep me accountable.
And look at the difference in healing between the ones where I wasn't there and the ones where I was actually able to.
But also,
monitor them.
there also is the big, I don't heal that well.
No, because again, Victorian child.
Yeah.
Not great. On to our kind of next little bit that we've been doing on our episodes. Oh, my phone just fell. It's my artist shout out.
Oh, lovely. Who is it this week?
It's Alex Pleva, who cancelled on me today.
That's sound. Oh, we got beef.
We got tea. No, I'm joking. I love you, Alex. I was meant to get my full stomach tattooed today, this morning.
We were talking about that episode 3 or 4 because I was saying, oh, yeah, you're in for it.
So
and she cancelled. Aye.
So it's really funny. Whenever I left work on Saturday, she was like, I don't want to tattoo you. And I was like, I don't want to get tattooed. But neither of us will like cancel. And I was like, it's like a game of chicken. Like, who's going to cancel first?
Yeah, I'm really going to do it.
Yeah.
Go and do it.
And then she messaged me, was it yesterday, saying that she couldn't do it because she just had something else where she couldn't get up from, I think she's in Derry. She couldn't get up. And I was like, oh no, how terrible, how unfortunate. I don't want to get my stomach tattooed. It's going to be so sore. So shout out to Alex for not tattooing me. She's tattooed me twice before.
Her stuff is unbelievable.
It's stunning. Alex, don't listen to this next bit because I don't want to give her a big head, but holy shit, she's so good. And I was a fangirl of Alex before she worked in the same studio that I work in. And I just was really excited whenever I knew she was moving. It's like, I'm going to get so many tattoos. And I know I annoy her quite a lot because I am just constantly at her for tattooing me. But she's so good.
You're a very, you don't try and act too cool.
I've done that in the past.
You're very,
pointless.
whenever somebody is good, you're very much like, your stuff's awesome, which I think is the best way to be. We spoke about that before.
I'd rather be like that. No one's going to feel bad from you going, you're amazing. They might be like, they're a bit weird. I'd rather be that than like, they seem rude or why are they acting like they don't like me? If I think your stuff is good, I'm going to tell you.
That's a lovely way to be.
Because I love hearing when my stuff is good.
I love.
The biggest compliment that I can get is other tattooists commenting on my tattoos on Instagram. I love anyone commenting. It's always really appreciated. But see, when it's tattooist, I'm like, you like me. You really like me. I get very excited. So yeah, that's my shout out for this week is Alex Pleva, who we will link. And she'll hate that I've mentioned her. It's very funny.
Oh no.
Oh no, don't look at me. Oh, my phone is away. Now your little end bit for
is it music?
It's what, do you know what I was thinking? It could be anything. It could be any, because you're not just, you're a musician, but you're not just a musician. You're many things. You love games and movies and TV shows and anything that's like, is it pop culture? Not popular culture. I don't know. You can recommend anything for the listeners?
Well, I don't know. I haven't been listening to much music at the minute.
No.
I haven't been.
What about watching something, playing something, eating something? You're like, shout out to chicken breast.
I have been eating chicken. I've been eating yogurt. I've been eating mince. I've been eating steak. I've been eating sweet potato.
We're just gonna list all the things you've been eating.
Is that not what you wanted me to do? I've been eating peaches. I love peaches. That's all right. No, that's what it is. See, I knew I was going to get somewhere.
Okay.
People don't know how my brain works. I don't really know either. But look, if anyone is dieting, or even if you're not, this is a lovely, lovely dessert. So I love making peach cobbler. I don't like baking, but I'll bake for a peach cobbler because it's beautiful and you don't get it here.
Okay.
Love peach cobbler, obviously on a diet. Some people probably could. I'm a goblin. I eat a bit of peach cobbler. I'm eating the whole thing.
Yeah.
That's why I diet. And so a peach cobbler, can't have it. Okay. I wanted it. If you go to Tesco, you get this plastic jar of peaches and grape juice. So it's not syrup, it's fruit juice. It's not from concentrate. It's okay.
With grape juice?
Yeah, well, yeah.
Weird. Okay.
It
Continue.
works. It works, right? So what you do is you open this jar of peaches, put in a bunch of cinnamon and just a little bit of nutmeg, not too much, right? And then you shake it up and you let it homogenate. Right,
so then
homogenate, yeah.
Lovely.
You let it homogenate, and then after about a day, you've got this jar, and you open it, and it smells like cinnamon, peaches, and peach cobbler.
That sounds stunning.
It is beautiful.
I did smell it, and I thought it smelled like the red aftershock, but
probably that's why I like
my
it
own
too.
Drama.
That's just me going back and I'm treading the line. So you get that, get some Greek yogurt, vanilla. Fire that in, and then some, like, whether it be oats or whatever you like, put some of that in. Bing bang bosh, you've got a peach cobbler.
Lovely.
Instead of ice cream, you've got your Greek yogurt, you've got your peaches and your cinnamon, and then instead of like the cake, you've got whether it be oats or you could probably use Weetabix, shredded wheat, whatever.
Really started you on something, haven't I?
That's my recommendation. Try it before you kick it.
Okay, I guess
beautiful.
Sam's recommendation has now changed to recommending anything.
I had a cookery show.
You did. We'll link that.
I had a cookery show.
Sam's Soul
For flip's
Kitchen.
sake, it was on the Food Network. It was on the Food Network every Sunday at 7.
Wasn't Julian Simmons on it?
Julian Simmons was on it. I remember we walked past him. I am pretty sure he recognised me.
Probably.
Because he looked at me, he went, "Nose on you like a cooker hood." That's what he said. That's me. I'm out. You take us away. I've done my bit. Right, you only paid me for the episode, so.
Well, will we get going?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You want to do all the usual followings and stuff? Follow on the Spotify, the YouTube, like and subscribe, and what else? TikTok. TikTok's kicking off. I think next week.
Please follow the TikTok.
It's very funny. I have pissed off the Buffy community, and I apologize. I will put out a formal apology. I think next week maybe we'll talk about getting portrait tattoos and the do's and don'ts of that, because oh God, I have pissed people off.
Yeah, we're very small. We've just started this podcast.
Yeah, we're just having a bit of fun, silly goose fun.
And we got a bit of a wake up call on TikTok today when we saw one of the clips. Of all clips, it's a vaguely tattoo related podcast. We decided to speak about Buffy.
Yeah, it was about a spike tattoo.
And
Silly Billy me.
It hasn't gone down all that well. Some people are a bit too upset, but hey,
it's funny.
If you're into something, you take it personally.
Yeah, of course.
So that's it. But
I'm gonna watch Buffy.
The TikTok's pretty cool.
And we'll come back and talk about that next week, maybe. Yes. But yeah, the TikTok's good. Instagram, we are on Instagram as well.
You'll notice the TikTok is done a lot better because I did.
Sam does the
Instagram's always behind by like 3 weeks or something.
So Instagram, just very quickly, because we've been talking for long enough, but Instagram has pissed me off. And so I've decided to treat it as if me and Instagram are in like a situationship. I'll tell you why. Basically, it wasn't giving me enough attention. So I've decided I'm going to be quite distant and cold with it. I've decided I'm not posting for a while. I'm going to let it really know what it had. Do you know? Do you know what I mean? I'm going to stop posting. on the stories on the grid for a couple of days, take it back, and then when I come back, it'll be like, oh.
Well, can you still post?
I'll post on the
podcast
other. Yeah,
page?
I just mean my tattoo page. Yeah.
All right.
Just because
I thought you'd been doing that with the podcast page since we started.
I'm just very busy, you know. I was so busy posting on my tattoo page, I forgot about the podcast page. That's my bad. I'm sorry about that.
Follow all the places.
Yes, and we'll be back next week, obviously, to right our wrongs on the portrait.
Yes, we need to get a press release.
I need to do an apology video.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Well, anyway, thank you for listening or watching.
All right. Thanks for listening. You wouldn't steal a handbag. You wouldn't steal a car. Thanks for listening.
Do you remember when it used to come with a little tick as well at the end? Yeah.
You last week you were like, can we get a soundboard? You got one. I'm like the guy from what do you call that? Police Academy.
I don't know. I've not seen that. Anyway, come back next week. Thanks for listening. And
Goodbye.
Remember, it's not that deep.
It's not unless you are in a relationship where your partner just laughs at all of your injuries, hospital, everything. It's quite sad, actually.
Send help for Sam.
But is it that deep?
No, it's really not. You're all right. Your staff was pretty deep, but
yeah,
not that deep.
Yeah.
Bye.